Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome to episode, I believe, 82 of my daily videos about copywriting. What I want to speak about today is related to copywriting, but has application in every subject where you're trying to communicate to other people. And the reason why I'm bringing this up today is because I spoke to two people recently who are non-marketers, and I brought up the subject of copywriting. And both people reacted the same way. They thought I was speaking about copyright, like not being able to or not being allowed to use certain symbols or words, trademarks, this kind of way. The spelling is C-O-P-Y and then write with R-I-G-H-T instead of copy, writing with a W-R-I-T-I-N-G. So what came to my realization is that me speaking about copywriting, I immediately have this connection to the actual subject of writing for advertisements or writing to sell. But other people who are not doing 80 videos of this on a daily basis, they have a different association to the word because maybe they don't even know that it exists. Before I started digging into copywriting, I didn't know it exists. And I had to go into the dictionary, define the word when I first heard it. So what I'm trying to say is you have always to be cautious with the words that you're using. You can never assume that other people are able to understand the words that you're using. That's why it's so important to use simple language in your writing and in your communication. Don't try to use big words. Don't try to sound super sophisticated. Of course, if you're doing a technical description of something, you have to use certain words, but you will have better results when using simple words and making it understand for the most people who are going to read it. And I mean, if you look at schools and if you look back at your own time in school, maybe the school books very often were very written from a very authoritative perspective, and the author was like using big words, and it was kind of hard to understand. And the same still applies today, even when you're speaking to adults. People like the feeling of understanding what they are listening to. People don't like feeling stupid. So always try to use simple language. Don't use big words, only if you have to, but then still use some maybe examples or analogies to break it down to a simple concept. I'm sure that can be applied to whatever industry you are working in. Don't use technobabble, don't use jargon too much. If you're speaking to your peers in your same industry, you can do it because they're very likely to know the same words. And if you're speaking to someone who's likely to know the same words, you can obviously be way more precise about technical things in your industry that you couldn't just describe with smaller words. That can happen. But yeah, I think I got my message across, and I hope you can apply this in your next promotion, in the next thing you're going to put out. I always try to make my videos very simple to understand, very applicable. I'm not trying to just show off or brag my vocabulary here, and I hope you enjoy that and you appreciate that. And there was one more thing I wanted to say about this. What was it? I forgot. But if you also look at political speeches, you will always notice that they use very, very basic language because they want the masses to understand and to relate to what they're saying and not be thrown off by feeling stupid. You don't want to make people feel stupid when you're talking to them. That's the bottom line of what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'll see you for tomorrow's episode. And if you like this episode, leave a like, leave a comment if you have anything to share. And if you agree or disagree, both is very welcome. And yeah, see you for tomorrow's video. Bye.